Well, hi everyone, and welcome to Rob Evans 365. It's day number 419, and it's 7:23 p.m. on Wednesday the 7th, and I'm just coming back from another coaching event with JT Fox. Another great day. I'm in Melbourne this time. You've been following me the last few days, so I was up in Brisbane Saturday. I was in Brisbane Saturday, coaching all day Sunday, Monday, flew back, got back at I think my head hit the pillow around 1:15 a.m. on Tuesday morning. I was up at 6 a.m. I slept in. I was up at 6 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Worked all day until 9:15 p.m. last night was my last client. We were doing nutrition coaching. I think I was in bed by about 10:30, something like that. Up early this morning to come into the city. It's Wednesday, and drove into the city and battling the peak hour traffic and all day coaching, which I'll talk about in a second, and now I'm on the way back home, and another big day. So I'm starting to get a little tired, I must say, but I feel very energized still. Now, let me talk about the coaching first today. So brand new coaching from JT today, and the guy is just a marvel at how he's so seemingly easily be able to deliver new content on the fly so quickly, so effortlessly. And he made a funny comment to me. He said, "Man, I wish you didn't." He was joking with me. He said, "I wish you didn't come, then I wouldn't have to create new effing content, and I could just deliver the same one I delivered a couple of days ago." But that's the thing that he does. He recognises that new people are obviously in the room and they don't know, but because he's got new family members, part of his family, like as in his business family, he sees them and he says, "Well, I've got to deliver new content," because that's why we keep going to his events, because he's delivering new content each time, and that's what makes it exciting. Really phenomenal coaching, and you never know. It's interesting the difference between those people that really want it and those that don't. And by the end of the day, people in their mind, I think they think 9 till 5, and you can see people starting to pack up the closer it gets to 5 o'clock. And I'm like, I don't care what the time is. And everybody's got commitments and that kind of stuff, but come on, you're going to attend something like this. You need to plan the rest of your day so you can stay until it finishes, because you're attending a free event, you're getting awesome content, and that's the other amazing thing. It's free, but the content's amazing. You've got people leaving, so by the end of the day, half the room was empty because people are leaving the last half hour, 20 minutes, and what JT delivered in the last 45 minutes to an hour was amazing. Stuff that I hadn't heard before, just all really fantastic content. So thank you, JT, and your team. Fantastic. What I wanted to talk about today was around, if you look at my last 5 days, you could say that my health and fitness could have just gone to the absolute crap house, as I would say in Australia, because I'm traveling so much, early morning starts, long days, sitting down and not finishing until late, and not much time to be taking care of yourself. That's what you could say could happen. Now, if your focus isn't on what's important to you, then yes, I can see how that could be the case. You just let things get on top of you. You say, I'm going to eat bad food. I'm going to go out for dinner, lunch, whatever with these people. I'm going to eat bad options and I'm going to feel tired and yucky. I'm going to get sick. And, when I go back to work in between these days, I'm just going to take it really slow because I'm tired and whatever. But that's one approach, isn't it? But that's not the approach that I take, which is I need to honour my body. I need to look after myself, making sure that I'm optimising my health so that I can stay focused at these events, get out as much as I can. And when I go back to work, the next day, sorry, I just got to take a mouthful of water. And in between, I can be super, super productive. And that's what I've done up to now. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do when I go home. Because it's going to be an hour until I get home. Depending on the traffic, it could be later than that. So if you've been listening the last few days, you'll know that before I went interstate, I've been traveling a lot over the years now, and I know what I need to do. I need to take my snacks. And this is where having convenient, healthy, nutritious snacks is so, so critical. Hence me referring to the Isagenix products, which I use to supplement the rest of my day to make sure that I'm optimized with the absolute best ingredients in the world, so that I know that I can still operate on the optimum level. And that's what I did. I take my shakes, I buy fruits and salads and stuff when I get to the locations, especially when it's interstate, but make sure that I take enough snacks with me so that if I get stuck somewhere, or I'm coming back late, or I get hungry or whatever, I have all the solutions with me. I don't have to go and try and find the solutions, because more often than not you can't find them, especially if you're in airports and stuff, so I carry them with me. And that served me super, super well when I was away. And I brought back extra shakes with me because I didn't need to take them, but I had them there just in case. Today, for instance, I made sure that I brought my salad with me. I brought my can of tuna with me. And yes, was I the only person that brought their salad and brought their can of tuna and added it all together and ate it? Yes, I was. Did that make me feel bad? No, it made me feel awesome, because people either weren't eating around me or they were ordering meals from the place we went to. And I can tell you, each one that was coming out was like fish and chips. They were all brown and fried. Other people got focaccias with very little salad and a lot of bread. And the other options were just not completely awesome. So I had the biggest, cheapest salad and most nutritious meal out of all of them, and it cost me, what did it cost me? $4, $5.85, take off 1 cent, so $5.84 for the most healthiest meal that was coming out of their kitchen and that I saw people eating. Now, that all just came down to the planning. Yesterday, this morning, I made sure that, again, I had the snacks. I had 2 apples with me for a snack this morning and a snack this afternoon. I made sure that, again, I had my protein bar this morning. I had my smoothie made up, drinking on the way in the car, because there was rain forecast this morning. And when it rains on this Monash freeway that I'm on right now, it becomes a nightmare and shuts down. So I had that protein bar for this morning. I had an apple. I then had my lunch, which was a massive salad, 400 grams of salad. Or was it 350 grams? 350 or 400 grams of mixed salad, and my can of tuna, big can of tuna. I think it's 185 gram can of tuna. And then for this afternoon, I had my tomato and basil protein crisps, which are another Isagenix product. Absolutely awesome. I love those. I'm becoming quite addicted to those as just a healthy, nutritious snack to get me between this afternoon and getting home tonight to have dinner. All comes down to my planning and making sure that I'm organised and get the food into me. And made sure I have my supplements as well. this morning, and I feel really great. I'm starting to feel a little bit tired now because the last few days have been crazy. But then I think about, look at JT's team. They are not going to get into Sydney. They're flying from state to state, either every day or every 2 days. Coach D, he's unwell. I offered to drive him to the airport, but he was going to take alternate transportation. Even though I was in the opposite direction to where I'm going, I would just wanted to help him out. And I lost my train of thought there in the traffic and observing the traffic there for a moment. But I guess my point is that it all comes down to being organised and making sure that, that's what I was saying about their team and being so busy and everything. So I could feel tired, but then I could look at their schedule and say, you know what? Their schedule is so much busier than mine. I got nothing to be tired about. So it enables you to push on when you think that you're doing it tough. There is always somebody doing it tougher than you, working harder than you, and that's what's important to focus on. If you want to be successful, you've got to do it harder and better than you're doing it right now. Whether that's your health and fitness, your job, whatever it is, you've got to do it harder than anyone else if you want to do better than everybody else. And that's where I am laser light focused right now. And what's fantastic about putting you in a room like this of people is that, you're always going to get those people that are kind of bottom feeders or want entrepreneurs, as JT talks of. They want to be an entrepreneur, but they don't want to put in the hard work to do it. But the people that are left are the ones that you want to be having conversations with. They're the ones that are staying. You get to have conversations with JT, the other coaches and everything after everybody else is gone. And this is the difference between success and rising to the top and just being like everybody else and wanting to get home and watch TV or Netflix or whatever it is. This is what makes the difference. You've got to be prepared to put in that networking. So, that's what it's all about. Now, let me talk about when I get home tonight. So in terms of my looking after my health, so there's one thing that I have not been able to do today because I very early start, long day, I'm networking at lunchtime, was my exercise. So I hadn't planned to do a workout today, but I had planned to get my steps in. Now I can tell you that I had a look just before, and I had done 1,923 steps today. That's it. And it's like, holy crap. That means I've got to do 9,000 more steps today to get all my steps in. That is going to take me about an hour or so to get all of those steps in. So as tired as I am, I need to find a way to commit to myself, because this is what I've said I'm going to commit to myself to do this and make sure I get all the exercise in. So what am I going to do? I've got to find a way to get all these steps in before the end of the night, and no matter how tired I am. How am I going to do that? Well, I'm either going to be going home and doing a recording and just pacing around my studio and doing that. I can jump on the cross trainer for an hour and maybe watch a movie or something and unwind, or I can go to the gym and do it in the gym at the external gym, and we're working out with other people and stuff, and that'll keep me motivated and high. To be honest, I haven't worked out exactly what that is going to be right now. What I'm thinking is to stay at home and do it, because I'm thinking, do you know what, the 10 minutes I've got to go home, get changed, drive back out to the gym, drive back. In the 20 minutes, 10 minutes one way, 10 minutes coming back, I could have focused on my cardio, and I need to probably unwind a little bit, get to bed earlier tonight, because I've got a super early start tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. with clients. So I'll probably be up around 4:30 to make sure, 4:20 to start my day. So I need to just unwind and do a bunch of stuff tonight, and as well as the exercise before I start my day tomorrow. Now I can tell you, if I give in and say no, I'm not going to do the steps, then I'm not going to rock up tomorrow well. So I'm going to commit to you right here that I would definitely do my 11,000 steps. I've been focusing on an extra 1,000 steps above my 10,000, but I will get those in tonight. And to be frank, it doesn't matter how long it takes, I will get it done. That's how important it is to me. This is my 31 days of August to bring out the best in myself, and I knew that I had this, this travel and these trips coming up, and I've done everything in my power to stick to my nutrition. So I've been 100% compliant with my nutrition over the past 5 days. How's that? Or the last 7 days, to be honest, but I'm talking 5 days because of the travel. 100% with my exercise, with my nutrition, my water, supplementation, you name it. I have not skipped a beat. And that takes some commitment. Okay, full disclosure, I've just had a flashback. When I had my supplements this morning, I remember when I went to bed last night, I was exhausted. And when I got up this morning, I realised I hadn't taken 2 of my fish oil capsules from last night. I don't know why I forgot those, to be honest, but they were sitting in the container. And that because what I do with my supplements is I get one of those 7-day things, a bigger one that's got Monday to Sunday mapped out on it. I put all my fish oil, my other supplements in there for each day, so that it keeps me accountable to taking them every single day. And come this morning, I would have said what I just said then. I was 100% compliant with my supplementation. Well, by way of full disclosure, I just remembered, no, I didn't. No, I would have thought I was, but I said, you know what, I got it all in. But because it's there, another way to keep me accountable to myself, I missed 2. I missed 2 on Tuesday, being yesterday. Today's Wednesday. I'm so confused keep forgetting what day it is because of, my travel and so forth. So I'm going to make sure that I get my exercise in. And it would be so easy for me to just go home, have dinner, have a shower, hop into bed, maybe watch a movie or something, unwind, and just fall asleep. But no, I've committed to myself at a higher level of commitment that I will definitely do this. Now, was I disappointed that I'd only done 1,900 steps when I checked it this afternoon? Hell yeah. I was hoping for maybe 4,000 or 5,000 steps, so I wouldn't have so many more to do. But that's just life. And then what I might do is I might put on a movie in the studio, jump on the cross trainer, and I won't watch the full movie there, but it'll help the time pass faster. And I can do the steps faster on the cross trainer than I can walking around. So I might do that. I'll find something good to watch. Yeah. So, it makes me think about the excuses that I hear from people as to why they're not doing what they're doing. Interestingly, I had a new client come for a trial of boot camp the other day, and on Tuesday actually, and she really struggled to get there. She came because a friend who is a raving fan, she dragged her along, and she actually looks in pretty good shape, really. I mean, she's probably overweight by what she wants. I don't know, let's say 4 or 5 kilos, something like that, maybe a little bit more. But she looks really youthful, and she's got a nice glow about her. She's got a 16-year-old child, and if she got the exercise bug, she would really rock it. I mean, she would really do super well. She'd be much more energized and just feel fantastic about herself, because clearly she didn't. And to be honest, right now, I don't know whether I'll see her again, because I coached her through the whole boot camp session. I told her about that she's going to be sore, prepared her for all of that, and gave her the tips to not be as sore. But I don't know whether she wants it bad enough. And, that's really sad, because I know that people want more, but it's like, man, if only you had the hunger that I have. And, you try to light a fire within people. But if people perceive the amount of work to change versus the value that they're going to get out of it, they're not going to change. And to me, that's really sad. That's really sad that they feel that way. But if people don't want to change, they won't change. You've got to want to make a change. You've got to want to see the value in you changing and feeling all the fantastic results of being more sexy, being healthier, being stronger, being fitter, having more energy to be able to do whatever it is that you want to do in your life and not have any restrictions and live it on your terms. I mean, how awesome is that? And yet people still see that that's too hard. It does my head in sometimes to think, wow, really? You don't want to feel all those things? You don't want to feel so amazing? Then, that's all on you. And yet, you see how people waste their lives and time with their lives, and it's like, if you only committed to an hour 3 times a week, your life would change completely. So what are the biggest challenges that you're facing right now in terms of your health and fitness? What's stopping you? It's winter. What's holding you back? I am thriving this winter. I have not been sick all winter. I don't want to put a jinx on myself. I've certainly felt a little bit run down, being stuck in air-conditioned rooms with all these germs constantly circulating, travelling on the plane with people coughing around you and stuff. As I say that, I just cough. It wasn't a sick type cough though. Something just went down the wrong way. That I have felt that I've had a little bit of a sore throat. And I think it's just all the cold and dry air that I've been breathing in the last 3 days has not been good for my system. Another day of it today. I just need to get out and get some fresh air. I need to keep doing what I'm doing in terms of my supplementation. I can tell you that if I wasn't supplementing my body and feeding my body with all the delicious, nutritious food that I have been and am doing, then trust me, I would not be in the position that I am right now. And that is still feeling vibrant, alive, healthy, youthful at 50, and energized if I wasn't doing all these things that I'm doing. And to me, that's amazing, isn't it? That's a beautiful, beautiful gift. So, what is stopping you from being the absolute best version of yourself right now? What's stopping you? Talk to me. Is it time? Are you not finding the time? For a lot of people at this time of the year, it's not time, it's motivation. It's like, well, why are you not motivated? Why are you only motivated when the sun comes out? Well, I'll tell you why. You don't place a bigger emphasis on your health and what's important and why it's important. Do you know why? Because you don't have death staring in your face right now, to be blunt. Like, if you were going to die tomorrow, if you didn't look after yourself better than you are right now, then maybe you would be doing something about it. If you were in so much physical pain because you weren't doing the things that you needed to do right now, then you would do something about it. But the trouble is, all of that, if I say pain, you've just got to think about that. And unless you can visualize that pain in your head, you'll be like, yeah, I might get diabetes, I might get cancer, I might die, but yeah, that's so way off. It's not here and now for me right now. So I can put that to the back and say, yeah, I might get that, but I probably won't. And you live in that space of, look, it's not, that might happen one day, but hey, look, I could step out the door tomorrow morning and I could be hit by a bus too. And you live in that mindset that it's not as important to me right now. I'll do it when spring comes around. I just, I love winter too much. I love my comfort food too much. I don't feel like I need to do that right now. Yeah, I'll come back when I'm ready. I'll come back when, things settle down at work. I'm too busy. I'll come back when I've got enough money. Things are just really hectic at the moment. I'm renovating a house and I'm doing this. I can't really afford it right now. Really? You can't afford not to do this now, because I can tell you, based on the people that I work with, that I get to see people at both ends of the spectrum. I get to see people when they're kids and they want to do something healthy about their life, so that they, are healthy and strong and learn how to eat properly and everything now so they can live a healthy lifestyle. I see people at the other end that are in their 70s and are unwell and ill and have all sorts of diseases and medical appointments in between, time with me, because they haven't looked after themselves. And now they're trying to reverse that process. Now, we can have a contributing factor, obviously, in helping people feel better and lose weight and stuff, but maybe the damage can't be undone now because they've abused their body so much that now it's too late. The trouble is, you don't put yourself in that position where you see it as an absolute must to do. And to me, that's sad. I mean, I see it, as I say, at both ends and in between, as to what you can be doing, what you could have done, what you can be doing right now to make a difference for you, your life, your lifestyle, what you get out of your life, the purpose that you have for your life, and all those around you. Because remember, it's not just your life. If you've got children, you want to be around for them and for their kids, and maybe their kids' if you depending on how young you are. And to not be able to do that, I think, is such a shame and a waste of life. Like my mum, she was fortunate that she was able to meet my two girls, but she died 8 years ago. Olivia was a baby. Emily was old enough to remember her and have more experiences with her. But I feel like it's such a tragedy that they didn't get to spend more time with their grandmother, because she's such a beautiful gift to them and their life that they didn't get to experience right now, because she would have touched their lives in a very special way. Now, that's all on Mum. Mum, she died of cancer, but you could say, well, that's just the deal that she was given. But I believe that she was unhealthy for as long as I can remember, and she never ate healthy for as long as I can remember. Now, is that any coincidence? I believe not. I believe that they're directly related. My dad died of Alzheimer's, effectively, and at age 77. And what a shame. What a shame. Again, the last few years of his life, he really wasn't with us. And really, at such a young age, really, I mean, I don't consider the mid-70s to be old. I mean, that's only 25 years off for me. So I've said this before, but my genetics say that I may only have between 16 to 21 years left to live. 25 years left to live. I mean, that's a sad state of affairs if that's my reality. So what can I do about that? Just put myself in the best possible position and live life every day like it's my last, because you just don't know. And that's all I can do. If I'm going to genetically be disposed to having Alzheimer's or some form of cancer because the genes were passed on to me, then I can't do anything about that. But I can sure as hell make sure that I do the best effort I can to look after this body and mind of mine, so that I live a strong and healthy lifestyle on my own terms. And this is what most people don't do. You just accept it. You get old. Oh, well, I'm old now. I'm just going to give up and live life and eat whatever the hell I want, because, I'm going to die by the time I hit 70. If I hit 70, I'll be happy with that, and nothing else matters. I'll just enjoy life for these last 20 years or whatever that I have of my life. I just think that's a shame. And I think it's sad for the kids that they don't get to meet their grandma and spend more time with them. It's sad for me, to be honest, that I don't get to spend more time with my parents as I get older and have different conversations with them and understand how I can impact their lives. I know if it wasn't for me, that Mum and Dad certainly wouldn't have been in the financial position that they ended up being in. because of advice that I gave them 20 years ago. And I was concerned about the fact that they wouldn't be able to look after themselves. Now, in terms of what I do, the exercise, the coaching, nutrition, all that kind of stuff, my parents weren't coachable. Even though Dad was a professional athlete, he wasn't really coachable. He would do part of things that I said. Mum, she wouldn't do anything. I'd say, Mum, people pay me to do these meal plans. I've done it for thousands of people. Why won't you follow my meal plan? Because she just didn't believe it. She was uncoachable. She wouldn't listen to me. She didn't want to change. She wanted to do it her way and prove that her way was right and better than my way. Well, unfortunately, she's dead now, and she didn't listen to me. She may have still passed away anyway because of the type of cancer that she had. But, if only she'd listened to me. But anyway, that's life, isn't it? So this is on you, okay? Life comes down to choices and the choices that you make. And I've had to make some incredibly tough choices in my life to put my life where it is now. And I can tell you one thing, I've never been happier, I've never been healthier, I've never been stronger, I've never been more successful, I've never had a better relationship with my children, I've never had a better relationship with my ex-wife, I've never been more focused on my future, I've never been happier about the prospects of what the future is, I've never been more excited, more passionate, and I've never had the best relationships in my life around me than I do right now. And that has come at a cost to me to have to remove people from my life because they weren't supporting or, in the space or journey that I needed them to be or that I want to have around me. And sometimes that's hard. Sometimes you've got to take the medicine. But sometimes it's necessary to move your life in the direction that you need it to. And that's what I've done. So there is stuff that is stopping you. Because I was filled with a room of people today that I spoke to a bunch of them. JT coached a bunch of them. And there is stuff that stops you. You have limiting beliefs in what it is that you are doing and what's stopping you. You have a fear of money, a fear of failure, a fear of people not liking you, a fear of people judging you, whatever it is, because of the change that you want to make to your health. You need to change that. You've got to step up. You need to get coaching. You need to get coaching from us so that you can make a change to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. Stop living where you are. Change it. Change your life. Be different. Be better than everybody else. Be healthier than everybody else and live on your own terms. That's the message I'm going to leave you with today. As you can tell, I'm all fired up right now. I'm still probably 15 minutes away from home, and I'm going to get on that cross trainer, stick on a good movie. What'll I watch? Maybe an Arnold movie. I'm so excited about meeting him in March next year, I tell you. Talk about that some more another time. And I'm going to get tonight done. Have a great day wherever you are. Sorry, this is going to be loaded late for you today due to my being out of action all day. I'll try and get it loaded up for you tonight before I go to bed. Otherwise, you're going to cop it tomorrow, cop 2 tomorrow. So have a great rest of the day wherever you are, and do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Make a change. Stand up for yourself. Have no fear, no excuses. You can do it. I believe in you. Your success is my number one priority. All right, love to you all. See you tomorrow.